Hello everyone. So sa topic natin na we will discuss about random variable. So random variable is one of the important topics na kailangan nating alamin when it comes to statistics and probability. So first and foremost, what is random variable? Random variable is actually a function and a variable na yung goal niya is that yung values ay madetermine by chance or chance determines the values. Nag-gets nyo ba to? Do you guys understand what I mean? So let me give you an example, okay? So let's just say, let's have a scenario, okay? Meron tayong family, all right? We have a family, okay? And yung family, it consists of a father, a mother, and we have two children. Okay? Two children. Ngayon, in these two children, merong first child o yung panganay, then meron tayong the second child, which is yung bunso nila. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Okay. Let's imagine lang, imagine na we don't know kung ano yung gender ng first child and a second child. Kumbaga, firstborn na child, ano ba ang gender nito? Then, maybe next year or next 2 years, yung second child, ano kaya yung, ano kaya yung gender nito? So sabihin natin, we don't know the gender of the two children, the first child and the second child. Okay? So, biologically speaking, how many genders are there? 'Di ba there are two genders? Okay, dalawa ang gender ng isang tao eh. Grabe naman. No, that's different. There are two possible genders para sa isang tao. Yun. That's a far better way to say it. So, when it comes to gender, okay, it could be a male or could be a female. Or para mas madali, it could be a boy or it could be a girl. Okay. Ngayon, let's have a set of experiment. Okay. Let's just say, sabihin natin na sa first experiment, okay, yung first child natin ay boy. Okay? First child is your boy. Then maybe after at least a year, meron ka ng second child. I mean, yeah, in that family, meron silang second child, which is a boy. Okay? So that's the first experiment. Then next experiment, let's just say yung first child, boy din, pero after a year, meron silang second child na hindi boy, but rather it is a girl. Alright? Now, let's proceed to the third experiment. Okay? Kasi, what if yung first child ay babae pala? Okay, what if? Then, maybe at least next year, yung second child niya ay boy pala. Okay? Or, how about this one? First child babae, then second child babae. And I think these are the only possible outcomes na mangyayari. So, it's either yung first child niya ay lalaki, then second child niya ay lalaki din. Then, second element, pwede mauna yung lalaki, then sunod ay babae as a second child. The next third outcome, pwede mauna yung babae kaysa ang lalaki. Then last outcome, whether it's first or second, both of them are girls. Anyway. So yun. Ngayon, what if, curious ako. Ako, gusto ko malaman yung number of girls. Okay. Gusto ko malaman ang number of girls kada experiment or outcome. So sa first outcome, di ba we have 2 boys. So meaning, sa family na yun, wala silang babae. So 0. Sa second outcome, so second child is a girl. So at least meron kang isang babae. Okay? Third outcome, yung first child mo ay babae, pero second child mo ay lalaki. Pero still, we have at least one girl, di ba? Then last but not the least, sa second tuloy, sa last outcome, there's a chance na dalawa magiging babae ang anak nila. So that means total uh there are total of 2 girls. Okay? So as you can see dito, itong si number of girls, ito si ano, wait lang Let me fix my drawing. Itong si number of girls na ginawa kong example, siya si random variable. Okay, siya si random variable. Si random variable, siya yung consist of values that are determined by chance or possible outcomes. Siya yung nagbibigay ng list of values pero depende sa variable and sa outcome mismo. So yung variable dito is that we're talking about number of girls. Then yung sample space mo rito, we're talking about the possibility kung ano yung magiging gender ng first child at ang second child mo. Alright? So, on the first outcome, okay, first possible outcome, dalawang boys. So, meaning, there are total of 0 girls. So, wala. Okay? Then, next, second outcome, mauna si boy bago si girl. So, ibig sabihin nun, at least meron kang isang babae na anak sa family. Then, sa third outcome, first child si babae, tapos second child ay lalaki. So, at least meron ka pa rin isang babae na anak sa family. Then, last but not the least, you have the last possible outcome wherein dalawang babae ang magiging anak mo in the future. So as you can see, these are what you call as the random These values are what you call as the random variable values. So kung itong si number of girls ay random variable, itong mga numbers determined by the outcome, yan yung tinatawag natin na random variable tama ba ako? Random variable values. Hindi, wait. Random variables values. Ayan. Okay? So, basically, that's it. Alright? So, ito guys, ito ay isang example ng discrete probability ng random variable. Okay? When we say discrete, what does it mean pala? Okay. What do you mean by discrete? Kasi yung discrete, ay sulat ko rito, discrete means countable. Okay, countable. So what are the things or subjects that are countable? Kunwari, ilang libro meron sa bookshelf mo? Ilang pares na sapatos meron ka sa bahay mo? Ilang digital devices meron ka sa bahay mo? Or like how many books na dinadala mo pagpasok sa college, sa university, or sa school? Alright? Ilang beses mong finiflip yung coin? Those are countable. Pero what if usapang height, usapang weight, usapang like let's just say sabihin nating something that are not impossible or almost impossible to count. Alam mo yun, parang yung mga bagay na hindi siya almost countable. Alam mo? So yun ang tinatawag natin na continuous. Pero for now, we will stick to discrete. Okay? Stick muna tayo muna sa basic, yung discrete. Okay? So yun, that's it. Ngayon, since we're in a discrete random discrete probability, random variable, now there are things that we need to do here. Okay? Ngayon, we have this example. Burahin ko lang to burahin ko lang to. Okay? We have this example. Now, our goal here is to find three things. Number one, we need to find the mean or yung tinatawag natin na expected value. Okay? Expected value. All right? So, ang tawag nito, ang symbol ng mean ay ito. Mukha siyang U. Okay? Ganyan siya. So, this one, ano kaya yung formula nito? Ang formula ng mean dito sa discrete probability in a random variable is basically the summation of x times p of x. Okay? Yan si mean. Alright? Don't forget this one because this is very important. Alright? Number two, ano kaya yung variance? Okay? So, what would be the formula for a variance? Ang variance naman is basically this one. Alright? Ang symbol muna is this. Para siyang O na may konting line lang dito sa taas. Okay? So yeah, it looks like this one. Pag ganun. Tapos naka-square siya. Alright? So this variance, yung formula niya ay the summation of quantity x minus the mean squared times p of x times p of x. Yan si variance. Okay? Well, how about standard deviation? Okay, wait lang. Standard deviation naman. Well, yung kay standard deviation, square root ng variance. Okay? Square root ng formula ng variance. So, big sabihin nun, ito siya. Okay? The square root of the square root of the summation of the square of x minus the mean times p of x. Okay? Kumbaga guys, in other words, kung anong nakuha mong variance dito, tapos hinanap mo si standard deviation, square root mo na siya. That's how you find standard deviation. Okay? So, let me just cut this one, tapos ilagay ko siya sa baba. Because we will do some solving. Okay? Ilagay ko siya dito. Alright? So, let's just say meron na tayong ganito as our guide. Okay? Tayo lang Ayan. Meron tayong guide dito. There you go. Okay. Ngayon, what we're going to do now is make a table. Okay? It consists of like 5 columns lang naman. Alright? It consists of 5 columns. So first column natin is yung mga random variables values natin. Yung mga value ng random variable. So, di ba ito yung mga values ng random variable, di ba? So, ilan yung mga numbers dito ang present? Di ba tatlo? Si 0, si 1, at saka si 2. So, yan ang ilalagay natin siya dito. 0, 1, tsaka si 2. Okay? Then next, on the second column, we will find the probability of a random variable value. Okay? Kukunin natin yung probability nila isa't isa. Okay? Ngayon, di ba, meron kang 0 na x dito, di ba? So, what is the probability na walang girls sa 2 children. Or basically, ilan si 0 dito sa list na to? Okay. So una, tingnan mo muna kung ilan sila in total. So there are total of 4 values, di ba? So na yun, ilan si 0 dito? Isa lang, di ba? Isa lang 0. Okay? So that means there are 1 out of 4 possible outcomes na walang babae sa dalawang children. Okay? So this is 1/4 basically, or this is exactly 0.25. Next, sa second row, we have 1. So ilan si 1 dito sa values na to? Di ba dalawa? So that means there are 2 out of 4 possible outcomes na there would be 1 girl sa dalawang children. So there are 2 out of 4. Okay? Or this is basically 1/2. Ito yung simplified form ng ng 2 all over 4. Okay? So just some basic lang, 'di ba? 2 all over 4. Tapos kunin mo yung greatest common factor nilang dalawa, si 2 at saka si 4. 'Di ba? We have 2. Okay? Tapos itong si 4, pwede siya maging 2 times 2, 'di ba? And since we have 2 on the top and on the below, ang mangyayari dyan is that maka-cancel to at magiging 1 silang pareho. Okay? So, ang mangyayari dyan, magiging 1 all over 2. Okay? Kasi 2 times 1 is 2. Okay? So, basically, that's 1/2 in other words. Wait lang, burahin ko lang to. Basic lang to, guys. But if you don't know the basics, I highly recommend you to review the basics. All right. So now going back, 1/2 is exactly 0.5. Okay. Now let's go back dito sa first column. Ngayon sa 2, ilan si 2 dito sa list of values? Di ba isa lang? Isa lang siya. So that means there are 1 out of 4 possible outcomes na magiging dalawang babae ang children nila. Okay? So this is exactly 0.25. Ayan na. So this is actually easy, you know. Ngayon, yung third column natin is we will multiply x and p of x. Okay? Kada row, i-multiply natin si x at saka si p of x. So sa first row, we have x as 0 and p of x as 0.25. So we will multiply them. 0 times 0.25. Okay? So 0 times 0.25 is what? 0, di ba? It's 0. Next. Dito naman sa second row, we have 1 and you have 0.5 here. So let's multiply 1 times 0.5. So 1 times 0.5 is 0.5. And last but not the least, yung sa last row, let's multiply 2 and 0.25. Tama ba ako? Yeah, 2 times 0.25. Okay. So 2 times 0.25 is 0.5. O, diba? So that's it. Now, anong gagawin natin? Ngayon, we will get the sum. Okay? The sum of this third column. Okay? The summation of x times p of x. Okay? Bakit kailangan natin i-add? Kasi pag in-add natin yan, we will get now our mean or expected value. Okay? So, therefore, okay, kailangan natin i-add tong column para makuha natin si mean. So 0 plus 0.5 plus 0.5, anong sagot? 1. Therefore, ang mean dito is what? ang mean dito ay si 1. Okay? So, the mean here is 1. So, we're done at number 1. Finish. Okay, we're good to go. Now, let's proceed to the next thing. Paano naman si variance? How are we going to find the variance? So, let's proceed sa fourth column. So, sa fourth column, you're going to get the difference of your x and the mean. Get the difference between the x and the mean. Actually, ayusin ko yung wording ko ha. Get the difference between x and the mean. Yun, okay na. So, sa first row, okay, yung x mo ay si 0. Yung mean mo, ano yung mean mo? Si 1, di ba? So, 0 minus 1. So, 0 minus 1 is 1. Okay, 1. Next, second row. Okay, 1, which is yung x mo, minus si mean, which is si 1. So, 1 minus 1 is 0. Last but not the least, we have 2. Okay, so proceed na tayo dito. Okay, sa third row. So, 2 minus your mean, 1. So, 2 minus 1 is 1. That's it. Okay. So, ngayon, we're done with the fourth row. Ngayon, ang gagawin natin is we will proceed to the fifth column. Okay? At anong gagawin natin sa fifth column? You say, sa fifth column, we are going to find the product of the square of the difference between the x and the mean and p of x. Okay? Yan yung fifth column natin. Fifth column natin is basically squared of x minus the mean times p of x. Okay? Basically, kung anong meron mo dito sa column na to, i-square mo siya, tapos i-multiply mo siya sa p of x. Try natin ha. Okay. So sa first row, di ba, we are asked to get the square of x minus the mean, right? So sa first row, ano yung x minus mean mo rito sa first row? Di ba si 1? Kasi nga x minus the mean, di ba? Okay. So 1 raised to 2 times si p of x. Ano yung p of x niya? Di ba si 0.25? So 1 squared times 0.25. So what is the answer here? So 1 squared times 0.25 is 0.25. Okay. Sa next row, ganun din. Okay? So here, yung x minus 0 mo ay si 0. X minus 0. X minus mean mo ay si 0. So 0 squared times si p of x, which is z, 0.5. So 0 squared times 0.5 is 0. Okay? The answer here is 0. Now, last but not the least, ito na. Okay? So, sa last row. So, sino yung x minus mean mo rito? Which is si 1 pa rin, di ba? Si 1. So, in here, wait lang, tama ba ako? Ay, teka lang guys, teka lang ha. This is negative 1. By the way guys, this is negative 1 pala to. Sorry guys, forgive me. This is negative 1 ha. This is negative 1. Okay, ito yung binilugan ko. Negative 1 siya guys ha. Hindi siya 1, this is negative 1. Okay, kasi yung x niya rito ay 0, di ba? Minus yung mean niya si 1, which is negative 1. Forgive me guys, forgive me. Okay, so going back. Okay, so ganun pa rin resulta ha, kasi eto, negative 1, tapos i-square mo siya, times 0.5. Ang sagot niya ay 0.5 tuloy, 0.25. Ang sagot niya pa rin ay 0.25. Okay, no changes pa rin. Alright? So, sorry guys ha, ngayon ko lang na-realize. Forgive me. Okay, going back. So, meron tayong 0. Okay. Now, let's go back here. So, sa third row, so yung x minus mean natin ay si 1. Alright? So, we will have 1 squared times p of x natin ay 0.25. So, ang resulta nito, 1 squared times 0.25 is 0.25. That's it. Now, ang gagawin natin is we will get the sum of the product of the square of the difference between x and the mean times p of x. Basically, the summation of the square of x minus the mean times p of x. Okay? So, ba't natin itong ginawa? Para hanapin natin si variance. Kasi yan yung formula niya. Okay? Yan yun. Alright? So, let's add. Okay? I-add natin siya. So, if you're going to add them, okay, 0.5 plus 0 plus 0.25, the answer here is 0.5. Okay? So, yan yung variance mo. So, your variance here is 0.5. Ayan. There we go. Now, how about, squared pala to guys. Sorry, squared. I'm sorry guys. This is squared ha. Squared pala to guys ha. Forgive me. So yun, nakuha natin si variance. Ngayon, paano naman si standard deviation? So di ba sabi ko, ang standard deviation is square root mo lang si variance. Therefore, itong naka-variance na to, we can just square root na lang, no? Square root both sides. So, with that being said, kapag na-square root ko to on both sides, ang sagot ko rito, magiging exactly the square root of 0.5. Or, to approximate it, wait lang kuha akong calculator. So basically, this is 0.71. By the way, forgive me kapag may narinig kayong recording in progress kasi gumagamit ako ng Zoom. Sorry guys. Anyways, yeah. Na-square root ko ng both sides, so we will have 0.71. Okay? 0.71 na yung sagot natin dito. So therefore, yung standard deviation mo ay approximately 0.71. Naka-round off to into 100th place. Okay? So yun, that's it. Nakuha natin si mean, variance, at saka si standard deviation. Okay? So, ganun lang naman ang gagawin ninyo. Alright? So, let's just say we try different thing. Okay, let's try other example. Okay, so let's just say I have another question. Let's just say I have a coin. Okay, coin is flipped. I-solve ko lang Coin is flipped thrice. Ganda ng grammar ko. Basically, coin is flipped 3 times. Kuba parang 3 times mo siya na flip. Okay? So, ano ibig sabihin nun kapag 3 times mo siya na flip? So, expect mo na there are like total of 8 possible outcomes. Okay? So, paano ko nasabing, paano ko ba nasabi na, what I call this one, na 8 possible outcomes? Ganito kasi yun Okay? Una, when you flip the coin once, pwede ka makuha ng head. Tapos, na-flip mo siya ulit, tapos pagkatingin mo, head pa rin siya. Then, pagka-flip mo ulit ng 3 beses, head pa rin siya. Possible, pwede rin mangyari. Okay, it's possible. How about this one? Pwede rin sa first try, head din. Second try, head din. Then sa third try nga lang, tail ang makukuha mo. Okay? Or, let's just say, first try, head. Then, second try, tail pala siya. Then, third try, biglang naging head. Alright? Then, pwede rin namang pagka-flip mo for the first time, meron kang tail. Then, second time, pwede ka makukuha ng head. Then, the third time, pwede ka magkaroon ng head. Diba? It's possible actually. It's actually possible. Now, let's try this way. Okay. How about ganito? Okay. What if you flip the coin once, tail makukuha mo, then pagka second try mo, tail din makukuha mo, then sa last try, makukuha mo ay si head. Or pwede rin ganito. What if tail ang makukuha mo sa una, then second try, tail din makukuha mo sa una, then sa last try, tail din ang makukuha mo sa huli. Okay? So, meron pa eh. Okay? There are like 2 more pa. What if pwede rin ganito? Okay? Pagka-flip ko once, meron akong tail. Then pagka-flip ko ng second try, meron akong head. Then pagka-flip ko ng third try, meron akong tail. O, diba? And lastly, pwede rin naman ganito. Lastly, pwede tayong magkaroon ng first try, H, second try, tail, then third try, tail. Ayan. Alright, that's it. So, this is only the total possible outcomes lang eh. Okay, these are the only total possible outcomes ang mangyayari if we flip the coin thrice. Okay? So, ngayon, what if yung random variable ko is number of heads? Okay, number of H or number of heads. Okay? So sa first element, I have total of 3. So meaning, there is a possibility na sa pagka-flip ko ng thrice ng coin, 3 heads ang makukuha ko. Then sa second element, I have only 2 heads. Third experiment or outcome, ganun pa rin, 2 heads. Fourth outcome, 2 pa rin. Fifth outcome, isa lang. Sixth outcome na walang head. Seventh outcome, 1. And eighth outcome, 1. Okay? So, as you can see, na-list ko na yung mga values dito for random variable. Okay? Now, let's find mean, variance, and standard deviation ng this probability na ito. Okay? So since we've already listed it down, na yung gagawin natin is we'll put it here and let's make a table. Una, let's make the first column which is yung X, yung list ng mga random variables na values. So ilan ang mga numbers na present dito? Di ba 4? Si 3, si 2, si 1, at saka si 0, di ba? So there are 4 numbers are present here. So we have, by the way, pwede namang kahit anong order. So para sa akin, gusto ko mauna si 0, tapos 1, tapos 2, tapos si 3. Pwede naman guys, it's actually up to you. Pero for me, prefer ko lang to. Ano lang, from lowest value up to the highest value. Yun yung ginawa ko. Alright? So that's it. Next, kunin natin yung probability ng each of the random variable values. Okay? Una, si 0. Okay? Ilan si 0 dito? Pero before that, let's take a look kung ilan yung total outcome nila. Di ba? 8? 8, di ba? So there are total of 8 outcome. So, ilan kaya si 0 dito? So, di ba? Isa lang. Isa lang si 0. So that means there are 1 out of 8 possible outcomes na wala talaga si head sa pag-flip ko ng coin ng 3 beses. So 1 all over 8. Alright? I think this is tawag ito. I think di ko kaya tong i-exact. So I think it's better to be it that way para i-diretso calculator nyo na lang siya. Alright? The next, let's proceed to the second row. We have 1. So ilan si 1 dito? So we have 1, 2, and 3. So there are 3 ones. So that means there are what? 3 out of 8 total of possible outcomes na mag-e-exist yung head once. Okay? Ulitin ko. There are 3 out of 8 possibility or probability na sa pag-flip mo ng coin ng 3 beses, there will be one head occurrence or one head appearance. Okay? Ngayon, sa third row, we have 2. Ngayon, ilan si 2? So dito, sa 2, we have 1, 2, and 3. So that means, ganun din. There are 3 out of 8 possible outcomes na pagka-flip mo ng coin ng 3 beses, there would be 2 heads present or occurrences or appearances. Okay? So, ulitin ko, there are there are 3 out of 8 possible outcomes na kung saan yung sa pag-flip mo ng coin ng 3 beses, there would be 2 heads present. Now, last but not the least, meron tayong 3. Okay, so ilan si 3 dito? So there's only 1 3. So that means there are 1 out of 8 possible outcome na magiging 3 in total ang heads mo once you flip the coin thrice. Okay? So nakukuha nyo ba ako guys? Okay? So that's it. We're done. Ngayon, let's go let's go get the product of x and p of x. Okay? So sa first row, 0 times 1 all over 8. 0 to, di ba? This is 0. Okay? Next, 1 times 3 eighths. So this would be 3 eighths. Third row, 2 times 3 eighths. Magiging 3/4 to actually. Okay? Bakit kaya 3/4 if you may say? 2 times 3 eighths. So pag meron kang whole number at meron kang fraction, imumultiply mo, ang mangyari dyan, imumultiply mo tong si 2 sa 3. Okay? So 2 times 3 is 6 all over 8. Ngayon, tingnan mo yung common factor nila. Okay, ang common factor ng 6 at saka si 8 ay 2. I'm sorry, yun yung greatest common factor nilang dalawa. Okay, yung greatest ng si tuloy, 6 at saka si 8 ay 2. So ito, magiging 3 times 2 times 2. So anong mangyayari dyan? So what happens here, makakancel si 2 on both sides, magiging 1 lang siya. So therefore, 3 times 1 all over 4 times 1 is 3/4. Okay? So that's it. Alright? Actually, basic lang to, guys. So if you still have no knowledge about it, I suggest na try to learn some of it, yung mga basics. Okay, going back sa last row, 3 times 1/8, this is 3/8. Ayan. So yan. Now, what we can do here is we will now add them together. Okay? Para makuha natin si mean. So this is the summation of x times p of x. So yan natin lahat sila. So isulat ko na to sa baba. So we have 0 plus 3/8 plus 3/4 plus 3/8. Okay? So ipag-combine ko tong dalawa kasi sila similar fractions. 3/8 plus 3/8, this is 6 all over 8 plus 0 plus 3/4. Itong si 6/8, I think na-solve ko na to kanina. This is the same as 3/4. Okay? So, i-add natin together. 3/4 plus 0 plus 3/4. This is 6 all over 4. Or, you can simplify this one. This is actually 3/2. Okay? And, if gusto mo ng exact value, this is 1.5. So, yan yung mean mo. Your mean is 1.5. Ayan. O, diba? So, that's it. Okay? Now, ano gagawin ko? I-erase ko na to, guys, ha? So, basta i-add nyo lang to, itong sa third column na to, lahat ng values para makuha mo si mean. Okay? Now, let's proceed dito. Wait lang. Okay? So, sa fourth column, we will now, what do you call this one? So, fourth column, ang gagawin ko is, I will basically get the difference between the x and the mean. Yan, there we go. X and the mean. Okay? So, sa first row, we have 0, diba? 0 minus yung mean mo, 1.5. So, this is negative 1.5. Next, sa second row, okay, we have 1 minus 1.5. So, this is basically negative 0.5. Okay. Then next, sa third row, we have 2 minus 1.5. So, in here, ang mangyari dyan, we will have 0.5. Okay, that's it. And last but not the least, we have 3 minus 1.5. So, this is basically 2.5. Okay, this is basically 2.5. Tama ba ako? Try ko nga, i-arithmetic ko lang to ha. There you go. 10. Hindi, bakit 1 pala to? 1, sorry. 10, 2. So, this would be 1.5. Ayan. Ay, hindi. Mali pala ako. 1.5 pala. Sorry. This is 1.5. Ayan. Okay. So, there we go. Now, let's proceed to the last column. Last column natin is the product of the square of x minus the mean times p of x. Ayan. There you go. So dito, I'm gonna use calculator. Okay. So hold on for a second. So for the first row, here we have this one. Negative 1.5. So we have this one. Tapos square natin siya. Times yung p of x natin, which is 1 all over 8. Okay, 1 all over 8. So the square of negative 1.5 times 1 all over 8 is 0.28125. Zero point 28125. 8 to guys ha. Ito naka-shaded 8 yan. Konti lang space ko no? Anyways, next, the second row. So, ganun din. Okay. So, we will have the square of negative 0.5 times p of x niya, 3 all over 8. So, negative 0.5 squared times 3 all over 8 is 0.09375. Okay? 0.09375. Ay, nabura tuloy. Ayan. Okay na. Now, let's proceed to the third row. Okay? So, third row, so we have x minus the mean, which is 0.5. So, square natin siya. 0.5 squared times the p of x, which is 3 all over 8. So, 0.5 squared times 3 all over 8 is 0.09375. Parehas lang sila ng second row. Alright? There you go. That's it. And now, last but not the least, we have yung 1.5, square natin siya, times p of x, which is c, 1 all over 8. So 1.5 squared times 1 all over 8. So this is parehas lang sa sa unang row, 0.28125. Ayan. So now that's it. Ngayon, what we're going to do now is we will get the sum of the fifth column. Kasi ito, if you're going to get the sum of the square of x minus the mean times p of x, you will get the variance. So in here, magiging 0.28125 plus 0.09375 plus 0.09375 plus 0.28125. So now, let's add them together. So we will have the sum of exactly 0.75. And yan yung magiging variance mo. Your variance is 0.75. That's it. All right? Okay na. Ngayon, we need to find the standard deviation. And how are we going to find standard deviation? Square root natin ito, both sides. Okay? So, square root natin to. So, we will have approximately, actually, hindi to exactly, approximate to. So, we will have approximately, okay, 0.87. Naka-rounded off to by 100. So, the square root of 0.75 is approximately 0.87. At yan yung standard deviation mo. The standard deviation is 0.87. And we're done. Yay, we're done. Tapos na tayo. So we found the mean or the expected value, the variance, and the standard deviation. O, diba? So yeah, that's basically how you, what do you call this one? How you find the mean, variance, and standard deviation sa isang discrete probability na random variable. Alright? So, ang prerequisite nito is that you need to know the basics sa probability. Especially dito yung ginawa natin. yung parang yung nagdo-draw tayo ng mga element or letters dito. These are basically yung tinatawag natin na sample space. It is a set of possible outcomes. Okay? Kasi kada outcome, meron din yung specific na value, di ba? Katulad nito, tatlong heads, di ba? Once you flip the coin thrice, you have 3 heads in total. So yan yung random variable value niya, which is si 3. O kaya ito, dalawang heads pero sa last try, tails na siya. So that means sa itong second outcome na to, okay, this has the value of 2. Okay? Kasi dalawa lang ang heads. Alright? So yeah, that's basically random variable. Okay? Discrete probability. Alright? So I hope you have learned something in this video, okay? Sorry kapag nagpo-pause ako kasi when it comes to this, I have to be very careful pagdating sa wording, pagdating sa pagbigay ng possible outcomes, especially na rin sa pag-calculate because one wrong move, mali na agad yung sagot ko. So yun lang naman guys. I hope you have learned something in this video. See you!